Alright guys, I just wanted to show you the latest case we got in today. This is so very sad. It really breaks my heart like this. Unfortunately, this turtle who was hit on the highway and delivered to us by another rehabilitator has been alive for hours. He likely got hit sometime this morning. He was found by another rehabilitator around 2-3 p.m. and then we received him here sometime after that, maybe around 4 or 5. It's after 8 p.m. now. He's still very much alive and very aware of what's going on. See all that reflex, but I just want to warn you for the graphic nature. I'm going to show you the rear half of him that was smashed. So prepare yourself. It's going to be quite graphic, but I want to show you the extent of injuries these turtles can take sometimes and still be alive, and why it's always important to stop and check on these smashed turtles on the road, even if you feel like they're smashed so badly they must be dead from your vantage point, because that's not always the case. I have found some that are completely smashed into 100 pieces, even their skulls smashed in and fractured, but they are still alive and able to feel pain, still conscious. It's always important to check on them and make sure there are no signs of life, and if there are, then they may need to be euthanized. Sometimes I can save them, but this would be an example of one that I can't do anything to help him. So just prepare yourself. So as you can see, everything internally, it's all visible in there, and his entire lower half is just smashed. Most importantly, besides the fact that all his organs are visible, the coelomic membrane is just obliterated. His intestines are probably all kinds of perforated, and his kidneys and everything, they're probably all perforated and lacerated. But also, since this goes all the way across, it just smashed him all the way across. He's got no spine below this point, so he would never be able to use his back legs again. There is nothing I can do for this turtle. I don't euthanize, absolutely, and I give everything a chance. I would only put something down if I knew for certain that it's going to die no matter what I do, that this isn't just a matter of a temporary amount of suffering and then there can be some recovery or remodeling of tissue or just fixing the shell or something. This is one of those cases where there's absolutely nothing to be done for this turtle, and it just really breaks my heart, because as you can see, he's just still so full of life, bright-eyed and everything. To look at him here, you wouldn't know that his injuries are so mortal, that he would have continued living, going on the roadside, still alive, for maybe even into tomorrow. But these turtles will live with a fatal injury like that. They can go on living and suffering with that for hours or maybe even days in some cases before they'll die. So the fire ants before long would have found this guy and started stinging him and everything, and he wouldn't have been able to get away. So yeah, every time I see one on the roadside, I stop and check on it, even if it looks like it's obliterated and there's no way it's possibly alive. I'll tug on its limbs and tug on its tail and that sort of thing, and see if I get any response out of it. This guy's still very much alive, and has lost a lot of blood. And this is owing to the fact that reptile metabolism is so low that he could lose vital organs and lose nearly all of his blood volume, but his brain requires so little oxygen, especially because he's a water turtle and they can go for hours underwater without a breath. They sleep underwater and they hibernate underwater. He could go a very, very long time with very little blood circulating in his brain and other organs, and have major organs missing or just completely destroyed. But the thing about the reptile brain is still conscious, still able to feel pain. If you see him smashed very badly, and you wouldn't think, if it was some other animal, a mammal or something, that it wouldn't still be alive. If it's a reptile, please check on it if you can, and make sure that it's not suffering.